Hello everybody, Sherry Morganti, your Pampered Chef here. I am getting ready to make my Sunday dinner, so I thought I would make a video to show you some of the Pampered Chef products that I use to do so. I used to do it all by hand, but since Pampered Chef has blessed us with the new catalog cover product, the Deluxe stand mixer, I am happy to report that I no longer have to take my wedding ring off to mix the meatloaf together, which is what I used to do. Instead, I put all of the ingredients in the bowl of the mixer and then I let the mixer do the job. So I'm going to show you how that's done. But first, I want to share with you a few of the other products that I used to get the ingredients prepped for mixing. So let me move this camera down a little bit. Okay, so first of all, I threw all of the meat in the mixer bowl. I'm going to come over to the mixer. Hopefully you won't get too dizzy. And in the mixer bowl, I've got ground turkey. That is what we prefer. 2 1/4 pounds of that. I have 2 whole eggs, half of a sweet Vidalia onion, a splash of Worcestershire sauce, I cannot say that word, a splash of Heinz ketchup, believe I said onions already. Oh, I need to throw breadcrumbs in there and a little bit of water, and I have the start of sweet red bell peppers in there. So I want to show you the end of cutting the peppers. Okay, so one of the things that we like to do at the end of fresh pepper season is we buy a bunch of these sweet red bell peppers from our local farmers market, and we bring them home and we get them cut into different portions with different sizes and portions, and we like to use the quick slice from Pampered Chef to do that. And then what we do is we throw them in baggies in the freezer, and then as we like to use them throughout the winter and the spring, and sometimes they last until the summer, we take them out of the freezer and then we're able to use them in our recipes. So I'm using our big cutting board, grooved cutting board, which has the awesome well around the sides that collects any juices of your juicy foods like watermelon, your fresh chicken breasts, if you have juice that comes out of there. Those are the 2 biggies that I can think of. And this knife is one of our newly designed coated knives. This is the Santoku knife, and I love this size knife for a lot of my chopping jobs. So I'm just cutting through my rest of my frozen peppers with this real quick. And then I'm going to throw these in the bowl. So I'm going to pause this for a moment. Okay, so I have everything in my mixer bowl. And before I start, I just want to show you this beautiful baby. Okay, so as I said, the Deluxe stand mixer, oh my gosh, sorry if I'm making you dizzy. The Deluxe stand mixer is our newest electric as of March 1st, and it is our cover product of the season. So this has, I'm just going to show you some of the highlight features. We have an on-off switch here in the back, okay? And then we have a digital display for our preset mixer uses. We have custom, see it's highlighted here. We have, oh, sorry, I have to close this. See, I'm still learning the ways. Okay, now it'll move. We have custom, whip, cream, mix, beat, and knead. Now, you may or may not have noticed that each time I switch this, there's a picture that blinks off to the side. This is showing me which attachment I am to use for the presetting. I did not mention that currently it comes with 3 attachments. I have, let me get the proper name of it. I have what's called the scraping beater already on here. Let me lift this real quick so you can see. Oops. Okay, so we have the scraping beater, and one of the cool things about this is, see this edge here? This scrapes around the bowl, so you do not have to use a separate scraper to get the ingredients down into the bowl. Okay, so that's one attachment. The second attachment is the whisk. This is for your fluffier things. And then, of course, the third attachment right now is the dough hook. Almost looks like one of Captain Hook's hands, doesn't it? Okay, so that's the 3 attachments. So to get the, once you have your attachment on, you're going to come around here. See this little latch? You squeeze that up, and then it lowers the head of your mixer for you. Okay? So what we need to do here, oops, I need to make sure my bowl is locked into position, which it is. Okay? Alright, so back to repositioning here. Okay, so we are going to use a custom setting. Nope, I'm sorry, we're going to use the mix setting for this, and it's already on there. See, it's blinking, and it shows us to use the attachment that I have. So we are going, now the recipe book says to mix for 45 seconds. So right now this says 2 minutes and 30 seconds. So we don't want to do it for 2 minutes and 30 seconds. So we're just going to watch the timer until it gets down to 1 minute 45 left on here, and then we'll see what it looks like. Okay, so just like any of our other electrics, you may or may not have noticed that this matches the other electrics, the color and the style of the digital display, as well as our button. So this is our selection button and start button. Another cool thing about this mixer is it starts at a lower speed and then gradually increases the speed. So if you're mixing something that is like light and fluffy, like flour, at first, you don't have to worry about it just splashing out of the bowl because it's already on a high speed. And one of these days I will show you that type of mixing as well, but today we're doing meatloaf. Okay, so let me show you into the bowl here. Sorry, my camera skills are not the best. Okay, there we go. Alright, so I'm going to push start, And let's watch it here. Love it. Okay, so we're going to push the red X to cancel. Okay, that's a cool thing you can do. Anytime you want to immediately stop it, you just push this red X and it cancels it and stops it. Alright, so let's look at this. We're going to turn it off first of all. Okay. Back here. And then we're going to use this lever here to lift the head up and get that out of our mix. Now, as you can see, I have a lot of meat stuck in there. So I'm going to get a scraper to just work that out of there. Okay, so I've scraped this attachment. Now to remove the attachment, you're just going to simply push up, twist it, and it comes off. Okay? And then to move the bowl, you twist it and it comes off. Now this bowl is 5.75 quarts. I need to make sure I'm telling you that correctly. Yes, 5.75 quarts stainless steel bowl. Very, very nice. Now to bake my meatloaf, I'm using one of my favorite stones. This is from the older line of stoneware. I believe it's the Family Heritage stoneware. This bad boy is at least 20 years, probably closer to 28 or 30 years old, and it is well seasoned. This is the stoneware bar pan. Okay, so as you can see, I have formed my two meatloaves onto my stoneware bar pan. I'm going to place this in my oven, which I have at preheated at 400 degrees. I'll bake these for about 45 minutes. Take them out, and then I like to put barbecue sauce on top. I use Sweet Baby Ray's original recipe. I put it all on the top and put it back in the oven for about 10 to 12 more minutes, and it gets nice and bubbly, and it adds a nice flavor to your meatloaf. So I will post a picture of the finished product after it comes out of the oven. All right, thanks for tuning in. Bye-bye.